Today, I'm going to give you 10 good creative warm-ups, that way you always have something to do and never get bored of doing the same thing. Timestamps are down below if you want to skip around, and all the creative maps mentioned are going to be in the description. With that being said, let's hop into the first warm-up. To kick it off, we're going to do one of my creative maps, Infinite Tiny Zone Wars. A perfect way to get warmed up using this map is to do the 10 game challenge. At the bottom of your screen, you'll see a tournament scoring system and a number out of 10 games. The way it works is every single time you die, that number goes up, you have 10 lives to try to score as many points as possible. So if you use this map to warm up, make sure that you try super hard every single life. Treat it like you're playing a tournament and you should get a really good warm up. To take it even further, you can check your stats when you're in the lobby with the signal remote, and you can see all of your personal bests and try to beat them every single time you hop on. A warm up like this will improve your mechanics and help you gain a little confidence in endgames. Warm-up number 2. This map is called Cup Endgame. When you're using this map as a warm-up, you can do the same thing as in the first warm-up, a 10 game challenge, or if you don't have enough time since the rounds are longer in here, you could do like 5 to 7 games. I don't believe this map tracks your stats, so you'll have to keep track of them on your own to try to beat personal bests, but this map is ultra realistic, so try to play every single game as if you're an attorney and go for personal records. Warm-up number 3. This is going to be the last Zone Wars map in the list. We have Forever Zone Wars. There's 2 challenges you can do in this map. The first challenge is just plain and simple, go for a 10 kill streak to win the game. If you get 10 in a row in the solo map, you drop a nuke. But if you want to go for a crazy solo challenge, you can load into Duo Forever Zone Wars and go for a solo duo nuke. When you're entering the game, you can go off to the right and you'll see the solo duo challenge. This can be an extra hard challenge and a really good warm-up. Biggest thing about this map is if you play it, try not to land on high ground every single time, glide down to the front of zone for the best practice. A lot of people lose patience and just start insta-landing on high ground. That's not the greatest way to practice. For warm-up number 4, we're going to go into our first practice map, mechanical map. This is Raiders Mechanical Map V5. There's lots of really good drills in this map. I'm going to give you a few of my personal favorites that you can do as a warm-up. Start out, go to the aim section and warm up your reaction flicks. It's the first drill. Set a goal for yourself on how many headshots you try to hit, and after you reach that goal, you can go into part 2, which is the box fight aim. This is one of my favorite drills in this map. You simply set up nice peek shots on these bots, and it's realistic practice because the bots are unpredictable in their movement. The third drill is glider tracking. This is a pretty common drill in practice maps, but I find it to be one of the best for getting a steady hand when it comes to tracking style aiming. Once again, set a goal on how many bots you want to kill, and then move on to the next part, which is headshot box fights. This is found in the competitive section of the map. It's a good way to start warming up your builds while getting in the reflex of aiming for the head. And the last drill is the piece free build drill. This can be one last way to warm up your builds before hopping into an actual game. But this warm up is pretty long. Obviously, you can shorten it as you need and hop into other drills in this map as well. But hopping into a map like this doesn't even have to be a warm up. It could be your practice for the day and you'll see crazy improvement. Warm up number 4 on the list is another practice map. We're kind of doing these in groups here. Started with Zone Wars, now we're in practice maps. So this one is the Jivan's practice map. There's a few really good drills that you can't find anywhere else in this map. But the main one that I really recommend doing is the free build with bots. Hop in here and shoot this button to turn on the bots in the sky. And as you build up, they'll continue to spawn higher and higher. So it's almost like you're in a build fight against these bots. To make it even better, you can turn on where they damage you if you don't set up a good peek or you don't block the angle. So here's the challenge that I did for months straight, and my mechanics went up like crazy. Start out on 80%. Build all the way up to high ground while piece controlling the bots along the way, and try to focus on really good and consistent builds. Focus on that good crosshair placement where you're not flicking around like crazy, instead you're doing tight movements. Next, move up to 120%. If that's too fast, you could do 110%. Once again, build all the way up to height, do the same exact thing, focus on consistency, try to do advanced build moves, all that good stuff, and then do it on normal speed. After doing this drill, everything always feels like it's moving in slow motion. Like I feel so much faster. Practice this consistently and you'll probably start to feel the same way. There's lots of other good drills in this map, such as build tutorials and lots of aim drills, so I'll let you explore that for yourself. Warm-up number 6 is the headshot only box fight map. I used to do this all the time and I still like to go in here every now and then. You're just in a free-for-all against a bunch of other players and you can only kill them if you hit a perfect headshot. While doing this map, just free build around, do a lot of edit coursing, but anytime you get in a box with somebody, just start aiming for the head. Pretty simple, really warms up your shotgun aim. I definitely recommend. Warm-up number 7 is simply 1v1s. Typically, I like to do 1v1 build fights, but obviously there's other ones such as realistics, zone wars, piece control. I prefer build fights personally because you do the most building in here, and the goal is usually to warm up your builds. But here's the thing, I only really recommend doing 1v1s if you're going to fight somebody that's around your skill level. If you're fighting somebody way worse than you, you're not going to improve. In fact, you're probably going to build bad habits, so I mainly recommend doing this if you can find someone your level. If you do fight somebody that's worse than you, focus on just never getting hit. Try to play so optimally, so perfectly, set up the best peaks in the world, and make it a challenge to never get hit. Warm-up number 8 is 1v2 clutch realistic. This is a good place to go if you don't have somebody that's around your skill level to 1v1 against. Because even if you're fighting bad players in this map, 1v2ing 2 bad players is better than 1v1ing 1 bad player. Plus, it gives you a little experience in clutching up if you ever get in that situation in a team-based game mode. Warm-up number 9 is mainly for beginners. I have 2 really good beginner maps for learning the game. One is my how to piece control map, and 2 is my free build tutorial map. These maps have a ton of tutorials within them that actually teach you all the fundamentals of Fortnite. The free build tutorial map teaches you every single build move you need to be a competitive pro player. You just shoot these blocks on the wall and the tutorial will pop up, and you can even attach it to your screen. I just posted an update that added slow motion options so you can attach a slow motion tutorial to your screen. The how to piece control map is similar, but it teaches you different piece control moves. This is the place to go to learn all the different fighting techniques you'll need. It teaches you them from an absolute beginner all the way up to more advanced drills. So if you're brand new, I recommend forgetting about the other ones, start with this. Warm-up number 10 is not exactly a warm-up, but somehow this always does get me warmed up. It's weird. So basically, I recommend watching pro players before hopping on, especially on days where you have a tournament. It sounds weird, but for some reason, when I watch a pro player before hopping on, I play way better. Give it a try and let me know what you think, especially on a tourney day. Just set aside 20 minutes to watch a pro player, maybe while you're eating dinner. Players that I recommend are ones that upload their raw tournament footage. For example, Muzz posts really good solo Cash Cup videos. So does Mr. Savage, and I'm sure there's a lot of others that you can find. You could simply just search solo Cash Cup on YouTube and you'll see a bunch of different options. But Muzz is a really good one to watch. Now, one last bonus warm-up that I'll give you to end this. It's a bonus one because not everybody has access to this, but I put 3 different Kovaaks routines down in the description. You just copy those share codes, paste them into the share code section on Kovaaks. You can use these, but there's a beginner, medium, and then the one that I do, which is really, really difficult, but at first you're going to absolutely suck at it. It's going to feel impossible, but the more you play it, it'll actually become playable. There's a lot of drills in each of these routines. You're not going to play through all of them every time you get on. Pick like 4 to 6 and do them for like 3 to 4 reps. I also recommend not only doing flick shot drills, try to mix in some tracking drills. Get a wide variety in your aim practice. And the last thing to note about Kovaaks is it's not necessarily going to straight up improve your aim. What it'll do is long term, it'll make your mouse control a lot better. This will improve every aspect of your game, from reflexes to your crosshair placement, and yes, it should improve your aim long term, but you're not going to go in there one time and then hop in Fortnite and have god tier aim. Obviously, this game is a tough one, it's a long grind, that's how you're going to improve. Hopefully this video gives you lots of different ways to warm up and you'll never get bored again. All the codes are down in the description. If this video helped you out, use code JivanTV in the Fortnite item shop and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.